So on to the first of our finals for the Quality Inn 2010 New Zealand Sprint Championships from the ZM Raceway. It is the youngest of our classes, the Cadet class, and it's been so competitive. Joining me in commentary, former national champ Tony Chambers, and we got dramas already before the start.
Well, that's the last thing these boys want to see on the first corner of a final, Jamie. It's a long race, and we certainly don't need this.
Yeah, and it was a lot further back. There's so many karts involved. 19 was in there. Connor Wilson from the Mount Wellington Club. Long way to come for it all to end in tears at the beginning of a long final here for these young cadets. We talk about competitive, Tony, just 0.9 of a second covering 25 karts after the first qualifying session. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it certainly is, Jamie. If you had a good look across all the classes, it certainly probably would be one of the closest. And it's the youngest, so it says our sport's in great stead, doesn't it?
Well, it's one of our biggest growth classes in the sport with the youngest of our classes. You can start your kids out as young as 6 years of age in the cadet class. They all run the 85cc racket engine from Radney in Sweden. And this engine's been the mainstay of the cadets for what's probably close on 12 years now, Tony.
Yeah, it certainly has, Jamie. When I moved out of midgets very early in the piece, this class was just getting established by Julian Tordoff and Graham Voss. And it's grown what's been a great sport today, and you just know by the numbers here, it's massive.
32 there, Campbell Joyce. He's in a battle there with the current North Island champ, Jacob Cranston. 61 in there as well. That is Thomas Batts. Thomas Ingram and Taylor Hart have had a fantastic battle right throughout this weekend. And this is where the stars of future motorsports start their trade.
Yeah, it certainly is, Jamie. Certainly find it hard when you're one of the older boys like me in the sport. You certainly lose track of who all these young lads are, but then you see them when they get to JRs and Junior Yamaha, and that's when you really start to notice what stars we are bringing to the game.
So Thomas Ingram and Taylor Hart, they're disputing the lead out in front with Jacob Flynn, Jordan Lum not too far behind. Then this group of karts battling for about 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Now the tricky thing about this Hastings Kart Club is the surface. As there's more traffic, a lot more grip goes down on the track, and you've got to try and free the karts up.
Yeah, certainly very on later in the weekend with the cadet karts. You haven't got a lot of adjustment with them. That's what makes them a very user-friendly class. So they've got a very small window where the karts will go well, and once the rubber comes down, it certainly is down to the driver and what sort of input they put into the kart.
Another battle group here, 76 Ethan Anderson, the 55 of Thomas Pooley from Christchurch in there as well. Kart 70, Lachlan Smith racing out of Kartsport Auckland. Familiar name in New Zealand Kartsport with his dad Brendan, former New Zealand sprint champion.
Yeah, Brendan himself's done a lot of laps around here. I remember watching him as a young kid and racing against him later on as well. So big family name there in Kartsport New Zealand.
15 is Caleb Nato. Now, you're a busy man this weekend, Tony, because not only are you preparing a lot of the karts, running the likes of Ryan Urban, but you're also racing yourself this weekend in the open class. A bit of a return to Kartsport.
Yeah, it's a bit of a last-minute thing. We've stuck a twin kart together to run an open, and ran it at top half a couple of weeks ago, and it went very well. So what started off as a bit of a fun project has turned into something pretty serious, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's good to have you on board for the commentary that you can help us with this 2010 New Zealand Sprint Championships, brought to you by the Quality Inn in Napier. And a great lineup of sponsors, and Alan McNichol and the team here at Hastings have done a sensational job with this event for 2010.
Yeah, they certainly have, Jamie. We come down here at Blossom earlier on last year, obviously, and it's the same stature. It's a massive event, and they've done a fantastic job welcoming all the clubs, and the entry list proves it.
This is kart number 4, Taylor Hart. So up here with the leaders, Matt Pajertsky in there in the 77. So these are the drivers that have really featured in qualifying and throughout the heats to set up this run in the final. 22 laps. We're watching the highlights. Pajertsky with a great battle there going with the 4 of Taylor Hart.
Yeah, young Taylor certainly got a good run in him. Young Pajertsky's let him through. He might has decided to follow him here, or we'll keep an eye on this.
Thomas Ingram, he's got the yellow number 3, finished 3rd at last year's New Zealand Sprint Championship, so he's looking to go 2 further. As Hart makes a great pass there on the 10 of Trainee, and I think that might be a lapped kart in that group of leaders. Just looking at the lap times, we're past the halfway point. Thomas Ingram's just broken the track record at the end of a long day, 36.70, average lap speed of 66.5 kilometres an hour. So it's the right end of the day to be getting lap records and very, very fast pace.
Pretty impressive effort by young Thomas. He's out front pushing his own air. He certainly hasn't got anyone to help him, so that's a mammoth effort.
Battle here inside the 1043, Zachary Thompson And cart 54, Sam Jones from the Manawa 2. It is Thomas Ingram. He is doing an excellent job out in front.
Yeah, so he's nice and relaxed. Obviously learned a lot of his father Jason, handing down the ropes, and he's doing a good job. He's just sitting back there, biding his time, and he's, like I said, he's running by himself, so he certainly hasn't got the easiest job from anyone.
Just working through the infield here at Hastings. This double apex right-hander. It's actually quite a tricky corner because it sets up the run to the top hairpin, and that's probably the most important corner here at the ZM Raceway.
Yeah, it certainly is, Jamie. The carts get put under a lot of load there, so the corner does rubber up quite a bit. We're noticing with all of the shifter carts and open carts, and here comes Thomas for the win. Well done.
Thomas Ingram, New Zealand champion for the cadet class for 2010 from Taylor Hart and Jacob Flynn. Sensational racing in the final for cadets. Thomas Ingram, your new New Zealand champion from Taylor Hart, Jacob Flynn. Jordan Lum fourth ahead of Thomas Batt and Ryan McPherson, the current South Island champ.
Thomas, New Zealand champion.
Long race, just, yeah, happy.
Cart went really well.
Yeah, worked with me all the race.